Hi, Karen and Simon from I Do Canals. Today we're at Foxton Locks, which is on the Grand Union Canal Leicester line.
And where's that near?
It is near Market Harborough.
Where's Market Harborough, Karen?
About 2 miles in that direction.
That way. If you go that way by Canal, it's about 6 miles. Much prettier. Takes you a bit longer, but it's worth the trip. Behind us is Foxton Locks Basin. And that away is the Grand Union Canal Leicester line as it makes its way to Leicester. It's about 8.5 miles, but double that, more or less, if you go by boat. Much prettier, much nicer. But you mentioned the Foxton Locks, right?
I did.
They're over there. We're going to go and have a look at that. It is 2 sets of 5 rise locks, rather like the Bingley Five Rise on the Leeds Liverpool Canal. Well,
yes.
We haven't been yet, but we're going to see these today. These are really impressive.
They are.
Shall we go?
Yes, come on.
Let's
come
go.
with us.
Absolutely stunning. Coming through in a moment is a day boat called Dragonfly, and I think it's from Market Harborough Basin. Are you guys from Market Harborough Basin?
Yeah.
Is that where you've come from?
Yeah,
Union Wharf. So as you've just heard, Dragonfly, a nice little day boat out of Union Wharf in Market Harborough Basin, and crewed by Ben, Matthew, Cassandra, Laura, Sarah, Theo, Everly and Matilda. A great day out. Not quite sure how much they cost, but it's worth having a look if you fancy trying a narrowboat for the first time. You can park your boat up by a pub, you can stop and go for some walks, or you can spend the day on the boat, whatever suits. This is Foxton Locks Basin. On the left is the pub Bridge 61. Nice little pub. Not very large, but lovely little cosy inside. I believe they do food. There's a nice little shop. This side is Foxton Locks Inn. If you're here on a Sunday, they have a cracking Sunday carvery, but it'd be a good idea to book a table. If you come to have a look around, there's car parking just over here and right up at the top over the main side of the road. Parking, paying for it, is a bit of a difficulty. The app didn't work. We tried to pay by phone, that didn't work. We tried Facebook, that didn't work. This time we brought money and we paid, and it was about 3.5 or 4.5 quid, can't remember, for all day. Last time we paid after we got home because we couldn't do it here, and if we get a ticket, I'll be very, very cross with CNRT. We did get it on video. Now, come and enjoy the locks. There's 2 5 rise locks, rather like the Bingley Five Rise on the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, and there's the inclined plane, or what's left of it. There's the museum that's just up here. There's the great model of the inclined plane down here as well. There's tons to see. There's beautiful walks. They walk all the way around. There's a nice walk either side of the top arm that, although it's got water in it, it's not navigable anymore. There's a single lock gate at the top which just sort of keeps it closed off. But it's really good. I highly recommend a good day out. Now we're going to go up and we're going to have a real close look at all of the locks. Hopefully we'll catch a boat coming through as well. What's this then?
This is an icebreaker.
What, for parties?
No, for breaking up the ice before you and I were born. The winters then were much colder than what we have now.
How thick will the ice get?
6 inches?
6 inches?
No, Simon. 6 inches.
So what else do you know about it?
I don't know anything about it. You're the mouthpiece, so you tell me.
Mouthpiece, that's nice, isn't it? 34 years of togetherness and I'm the mouthpiece. So what I've learned is this would be crewed by 15 men. This metal boat had 15 men in it, and they would have 12 horses stationed along the canal. And in pairs, tethered to the boat, at a run, they would pull this boat along, and the 15 men inside would be doing this to rock the boat in order to create a big wave and to break the ice. It's got to be seriously hard work. It's a bit harder than I want to even think about, to be honest. You know, picking up a glass of wine while sitting on the sofa's hard work, isn't it? I mean, we do that a lot.
We don't do that much.
Well, a little bit. Good, isn't it? Shall we have a look at that one up there? There's one called the Thomas Holt.
Yeah, come on then.
So look at me, and then when I look at the camera, look at the camera as well, but then look straight back again. Right, so this is the Thomas Holt. It was named after a local engineer who lived at Kilby Bridge. So this ice boat was restored by members of the Old Union Canal Society and is on loan to the CNRT, the Canal and River Trust. It's made of metal. It's quite a bit narrower than the one we looked at down there. And look at these things. This is what they shackled the horses to. And there's 15 men in each of these. There was an odd number because one of the guys, he was like the boat captain. And he'd blow a whistle about every 15 minutes so they could change horses and give the others a rest. Now, back in the winter of 62-63, the ice was so thick they couldn't break it. And in actual fact, that year was really pivotal in bringing an awful lot of the commercial canals to an end. The trains could still run once they ploughed through the snow, which was bigger than a house, higher than a house. They could still run, but the canals, they couldn't. And that year was a very sad year in canal history. But it was a really good year because it was the year I was born, 1963. It was a good year, that one, wasn't it?
If you say so.
She loves me. She loves me. Come on, we need to go and look at other things. This model visually demonstrates how the inclined plane worked. The two caissons here, big tanks full of water, each one weighing 230 tons, whether they had a boat in or not, were linked together by this really thick cable that went up here, around the wheel twice and back down to the next caisson. It was all powered by the 25 horsepower steam engine, which was up here, which is now where the museum is. Two boats in at the bottom, two boats in at the top, up they would go, and in 12 minutes, 4 boats would traverse this incline of 75 feet. The inclined plane operated from 1900 to 1911, and during that time, the locks were opened up at night. This didn't operate at night, and the boats had to operate all of the time. The
Fellows Morton and Clayton,
fly boats, they went up and down. They didn't mind. They went day and night. They had a 4-man crew, steam-powered boats, 2 asleep and 2 working, and they operated 24 hours. So when this all closed, it was back to locks again full time. Lock number 8 is up here. Lock number 7 is way down there at Watford Locks, further down the Leicester line. So you've got a 5 rise here and a 5 rise here, and in the middle you've got this pound. We're going to look at that later on. And an upcoming boat and a downgoing boat would pass each other there. But that journey was 45 minutes. This fellow here took 12 minutes to allow 4 boats to ascend or descend the 75-foot rise, the same rise. Some of the pounds were made smaller when they built this. You can see at the top here, the pounds are really big, and they're quite lengthy at the bottom. But these ones in the middle suffered in size. I believe it takes 25,000 gallons of water for a boat to traverse the lock system. 25,000 gallons. That's a hell of a lot, isn't it? I think we should go and have a look at the pound. We should go and look at the locks. And there's some other nice things that we should go and see as well. We're going to have a look at the top canal arm as well,
which isn't navigable at the moment, but could easily be made navigable. A lot of work was completed back in 2008 using a grant of £1.7 million received from Heritage Lottery Fund, and this was towards the £2.8 million cost of this vital first stage. Its successful completion resulted in the site being removed from the Monuments at Risk register. As we approach from the upper arm and fly over the inclined plane site, you can still see where the tracks of the plane were. You can also see just how steep the slope is. The gradient is 1 in 4. Prior to work commencing on the construction, the land had to be purchased, and it was done so for £1,595, and total expenses for the overall construction of the project came to a whopping £39,244. The site of the Foxton inclined plane boat lift has been recognised as a scheduled monument.
This is the lower arm of the inclined plane. Today it's used for private moorings. And I suppose there's room for maybe 8 or 10, perhaps 12 boats. Nice and private, really quiet, really nice. The bridge here was built in 1899, which is a year before the inclined plane began operation. It's a beautiful day today. It's Bridge 1A.
Now let's take a look at the locks. This is the lockkeeper's cottage up by Lock 8, which is the first lock and the top lock of the first 5 rise set. As we turn downwards, you can see the middle pound, where a boat coming up can pass a boat going down. As we approach the second and lower 5 rise set, you begin to see the reduced side pounds, which were made smaller to allow for the construction of the inclined plane. Down at the bottom and over the final lock is Bridge 61. Beyond Bridge 61 on the left, you have the pub Bridge 61 and the other pub, Foxton Locks, in on the right. In the basin you can turn right to go to Market Harborough, or you can carry on left and northwards on the Grand Union Canal Leicester line all the way to Leicester, and then of course onto the River Soar if you wish to carry on that far.
This is the middle pound, the pound between the two 5 rise locks. The top set there and the bottom set here. So a boat would come out of here, and a boat would come out of the bottom lock, it'd pass here and swap and go on their separate journeys. But 45 minutes is how long it took to traverse the entire overall flight. The inclined plane could do 4 boats in just 12 minutes. 2 boats down here in 45. There was a huge queue, top and bottom. You could be waiting for hours just to get your boat through. And back then time, well, it always has been, but time is money. And if you're sitting down there for half a day waiting just to get your boat up through these locks, oh my word, lots and lots and lots of cost. So the inclined plane should have been a really serious commercial success, but it wasn't. And it only ran for 11 years. That's it. What a shame. Wow, there's almost a whirlpool here with that sluice gate turning out. Whilst I would have loved the opportunity to have gone up or down an inclined plane, I think there's something about taking your boat up and down a flight of locks. It's great exercise, but it's good fun as well. So the boat just about to emerge out of the bottom lock of the top 5 rise is Enchanted April and is owned and captained by Samiti. She's got a bunch of handsome looking young chaps with her to help open lock gates and do all the heavy work. She's got that really well figured out. Enchanted April is a privately owned boat with what is very commonplace across the top, lots of greenery, very often herbs and other things that you're going to add to your food as you're cruising the canals. Nicely done, Samiti.
Thank you.
How long have you owned your boat for, Samiti?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
You love it?
Oh, of course.
There's nothing quite like it, is there?
I wish I could be on it even more than I already am.
Wow. We'll have our own in about 2 years. 2 years from now.
In 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll live aboard. We plan to do a circuit of 749.8 miles, which is all the way around the outside, including 3 estuarial rivers, and we plan to raise £1 million for Stand Up to Cancer.
Oh, amazing.
So if we get TV involved, anybody watching, that's a hint, we'll make that 20 million.
Yeah, people are fascinated by it. That shouldn't be a problem.
We love it. Every time, every opportunity we get, we're on an narrowboat. We've tried the cruises in Norfolk Broads. It's nice. This is so much better. Love the canals. I love all the history. You know, and we're here today. We're filming the inclined plane and the locks.
Okay.
We've been here all day. We're nearly finished. It's lovely to have a boat go through that's given us permission to do it as well. Are these potatoes growing in these two here?
Yeah.
I thought they were.
I need to get them up soon.
That's really cool. So that's Samiti. She's owned the boat for about 2 years and just travels freely around the canal network. It is such a wonderful lifestyle. You have a new front garden every day, and your back garden's a constant water feature. There's just nothing to beat it. We can't wait till we have a boat and we live aboard. We just can't wait. We do it now. 2 children to leave home yet. That's a hint. Are you listening, you two? That's a hint. Whew. Fly the nest. Woohoo! The windlass posts, the sluice windlass posts, are in 2 colours, the red and white. The red one takes water from the full lock into the adjacent pound, and the white one allows water from the pound back into the lock. So half the water would come out of the lock into the next lock, and the other half into the pound, and then back across, and it allowed to save a great deal of water. Because it took 25,000 gallons of water for a boat to go from the top all the way to the bottom, or the other way around. The inclined plane used less, and 4 boats did the journey. Guess what we've got to do?
What?
We've got to go up to the top to film the lockkeeper's cottage.
All the way up there?
Sausage roll, hot chocolate.
Oh, bye! I'm off! See ya!
What about the camera and stuff?
You're the big man!
You've just abandoned me!
Yeah, bye!
What can you do? Oh well.
So quick as a flash, Karen legged it up to the top of the lock flight and is here at the lockkeeper's cottage purchasing hot pies and hot drinks and various other goodies equipped with my debit card. And grinning like a Cheshire cat. I must admit though, she bought goodies for me too, and we disappeared off to a nice corner to have a late lunch.
Karen's just been to the cafe in the old lockkeeper's cottage. What you got?
I've got a sausage roll.
I've got a Cornish pasty.
Oh.
If you come, go and get a Cornish. You're right with that. Go and get a Cornish pasty. They're lovely. I don't know what the sausage roll's so good.
Mm.
I've got a hot chocolate. It's cold today, isn't it? It's freezing. Right. So we've been up and down We've burnt some calories today up down that hill.
We have,
I haven't noticed any impact yet.
but we'll put the calories back on.
This is a diet Cornish pasty.
Yeah.
It's low calorie.
Okay.
Positive thinking, it always helps with a diet.
Oh, putting the sausage out.
I beg your pardon.
Sorry.
Ooh, listen, let's keep it PG, alright? So listen, thanks very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this one. The weather held for us today. It was awful here 2 weeks ago. You've seen the cutout. We've done that one. So what do we want them to do?
I want to press the like button.
Press the like button and please subscribe to our channel. And where are we going to soon? We've got Hatton Flight.
We're going to the Hatton Flight, Stoke Brewing.
And there was another one. Oh, Duke's Cut on the Oxford Canal where it links to the River Thames. We're going to do all of those real soon. Come back and see us again. Cheerio. We're going to enjoy this.
Bye.
Bye. Enjoy your sausage roll.
Oh, I will.